You know what it is. We back at it. Young Jock in the Streetz morning takeover. Got my partner there with me, Miss Shanika and Shout. And of course, y'all know, man, we wouldn't be who we are if we wasn't able to get out here in these streets and touch our people, man. This morning in the building with us, we have a living legend, an icon, a philanthropist. What you call it, Miss Shanika, the entrepreneur you say when they do a bunch of jobs, they're serial entrepreneur.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
All that.
I knew you would get it.
And we ain't talking about Frosted Flakes and weed is either in the building with us this morning. We got the one that only Akon.
Hey.
What's going on? You know it.
That's when you know. That's when you know they just rich when they laugh like that.
You know it.
What's up, Con?
What up, Jack?
Long time, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute, huh?
It has. It's always good to see you, man. I've been seeing you a lot lately. A lot of different social platforms, man. People have been, I want to say, reposting a lot of things I've seen you doing.
Mm-hmm.
I know one thing. I'm gonna just talk on what I've seen, and then we're gonna talk about why you're here.
Right.
I seen you. They said you took a caravan of light bulbs and wires and generators. And they said you gave Africa all they new lighting grid. Is there any truth in that?
Nah, ain't no truth to that.
Oh,
man.
No, they said when you were saying light Africa.
I do got a utility company.
That's what I'm talking about. I know.
Okay.
He's like, no, I didn't.
Wow.
You
know
made
the
it sound
caravan.
so
Yeah,
simple.
you made it sound so simple. I wish it was that
Exactly.
simple.
I
though.
mean, but in
yeah.
I
In
think it
layman's
was
terms, I gave like that.
I picked,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Akon. He makes a lot of these interviews about himself.
No, it's not
Oh,
about
that's-
How would you do that? Why would you do that?
We talk about Akon. Akon, he just started back
Akon.
doing black radio yesterday.
we the
We can't
first.
just talk about ourselves.
Hey,
We
but-
gotta find out what the man got
I
going
know.
on.
I just want to let him know. I had to just make sure he know I'm in touch
Y'all
with
blue.
what I heard. Miss Shanika, hey, cuz.
But the crazy part about it is, the day you do get to Africa, I promise you, everybody you know, you're going to find a twin out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I seen a lot of Shanikas out there. I did. Shanika, I did. And what I'm saying is, they were more, what they would consider more fair-skinned Africans.
Right.
And they, cheekbones and the eyes look like you.
Them
And I was-
cheeks?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember I was in the hotel, Akon. I want to tell me my story right here. And I was like, man, well, this is nice right here. It was nighttime. And I was just looking out the window at the whole, like, the grid. And I was looking out in the distance, and the lights started going off. It was just shutting down the grids. Then it got closer and closer, and our hotel went out. Boom. Then the light came back on, like the generator was still black outside. And he was like, welcome to Africa.
Hey, Con, do you have any questions for Young Jack?
I know exactly. Since it's all about him. Okay.
It's not all about me. I be trying to break the
Can I
monotony.
get back
Right.
to Akon? Because
Yes,
I
you
want to
can,
know what gave you the idea to want to do this solar grid in Africa?
Well, it started off as a philanthropist. Like, it was part of my foundation.
Okay.
We were just giving lights to villages.
Okay.
Then when I saw the demand, I was like, man, this is impossible. Like, nobody did this? Like nobody? So then I was like, gotta be a reason why nobody ain't doing it.
Right.
But there was no reason. People just ain't want to come to Africa.
Wow.
So I saw an opportunity. And that's
Okay.
when I connected with the Chinese. They was trying to get into Africa. So I did a partnership with a company out there. They gave me $1 billion credit line, and we started my company. And we're popping system.
Wow.
And so tell me, because I always say my philanthropy is going to be bigger than, anything I put out, any bad energy or anything I put out to the world. And so how does it feel when you can go back home and place an entire power grid for your people, which was a need, and you was able to supply that? What is the feeling?
No, I mean, the feeling was like, man, I can't believe like nobody else is out here doing similar kind of situations. Because the thing is, like, any and everything that you're doing in America, you actually can do over there. Like, I could never, ever do energy on that level here in America. Like, imagine me trying to come to Atlanta trying to provide power. Georgia Power kicked me out the city.
Right.
Because everything is so monopolized. Like,
Yes.
It's no way.
It's
But
they
on
trapped.
Yeah, exactly. On that side, though, the things that you think, deem impossible to do in America, the United States, you can actually do over there.
Wow. We need to go over there and set up.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
go over there, set up.
So we can talk about a lot of business that you have going on. But I know from, back in the day, being on air with Cersei, I remember promoting your Locked Up single.
Right.
And it just seems like from that point, you literally took off. And I know it's not something that happened overnight.
Right.
How did you align yourself within your career to be able to, take off, such as the Lady Gagas and all of these other business ventures that you have?
Right. So with me, music was always like secondary. So I always use music as the vehicle to get to the money.
Okay.
Because that's the best. I mean, music is probably the one thing on earth that any and everybody, no matter where you come from, can relate to. You ain't got to speak the same language to feel music.
Right. You know.
Right. But then music is the one thing that can also change or have everybody thinking on the same line, everybody on the same page. So you can have two enemies that would never speak together, but because they like an artist, they both show up to the venue.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
yes.
it's like music has always been the door opener for any and everything you ever wanted to do.
Yes.
And I always knew this. I was like, if I get one record with all these ideas, I'm gonna go meet all these companies and that I can come and partner with, and that's how it all started. So as I break new acts, I'm also breaking acts in the areas where I want to be present business-wise.
Wow, man. I've been knowing Akon a long time, y'all. Like, longer than I've been living.
No, I mean, since I came to Atlanta in '95, I've been knowing Shawty.
Yes,
Wow.
man. Yes.
I used to see Akon around. We didn't know like it wasn't a speaking thing at first. Over time, then
Right.
I used to be like, he must do something. He probably one of the engineers or something. I
Yeah.
ain't never know what you did. And it's interesting because a lot of people get the flex. You know how the glow up be so good, you get the flex. Like, shouts out to my dog Usher. You know what I'm saying? Usher got the
Usher in Africa?
Yeah, I know Usher. And Usher got Usher bucks, but they just Usher bucks. You got them Akon bucks. Tell us about this. How does it feel having your own
His
currency?
own currency, yeah.
No, the Akon situation was really interesting because in Africa, like, I go where the need is at.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, I took the playbook from China.
Okay.
They come and take everything that's working here and they do it in China.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I can do the same thing in Africa.
I know that.
You know what I'm saying? If Google, if you got a Google platform over here, then you can build one over there. If you got YouTube over here, you can build one over there. Like, literally, that's exactly what the Chinese been doing forever. And Africa's a clean slate, wide open. So the currency over there, though, wasn't as strong. Even though we the richest continent on the globe, we never monetize our own resources.
Wow.
So because of that, the local currency was mad low. So to offset that, the only way you could really do that was, through the blockchain, which was cryptocurrency that was not regulated by the World Banks and all this stuff. So I said, you know what? The best way to do that, let me create an African coin, which is the Akon. It was just ironic and God-given that it sounded like my name.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I knew it was meant to be.
Oh, Akon. I get it. Yeah. That's dope. That is dope. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, he got the Usher books or he got the Akon. and you just answered that for me.
So tell me, how many wives you got now?
Man, Shawty, man, you been
Oh, man.
I
They
tried
got
to
the
get
sheet
Shawty.
down.
Listen, back in the day, I used to tell Shawty, I said, Shawty, man, you too big for one woman, bro. Like, your personality is too big.
Wow.
You have a lot of problems. You need something that can handle you because you a king.
Yeah.
You've been scared ever since. He still probably with one woman.
Yeah, I am. I ain't slept with the same woman for the last 3 years. I'm engaged.
Oh, that's good, though.
Yes, God is working in my life.
Man,
Yeah,
that's
God
good,
helped me
man.
out. I wasn't that good with the women. I was really faithful, but because I knew I had so many flaws.
Right.
Now, I wouldn't want to hold on to every baby mama. I wouldn't want, okay, I'm going to get another one. I'm going to keep you too. Like,
Well, your baby mama's like your wife anyway.
no.
In Africa,
They're
once you have
like
in Africa, the concept is once you have a baby with a woman, she's your wife.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I
So
was
it's
gonna
your
ask you.
responsibility
And
to
I'll-
take care of her?
Because right now, you got to think, in America, words like wife, husband, those are just titles.
Right.
But when you connected with somebody, y'all got a baby, y'all connected for life. Whether you like it or not, that's your wife.
Oh, wow.
Under God, that's your life. The moment y'all have a baby together, she's your wife. I don't care what you think. So treat her like that. I mean, she's holding your child anyway. And
Oh,
she's
wow.
there
Well,
forever.
you know what's interesting though? I think that's the one thing that keep me and my kids' moms on
Right.
a cool
Yeah.
type of. Because no matter what.
Boy,
no
go
matter,
aid and say they your wives so
No,
people
I
can
can't
know.
But
say
they
that.
are.
They
They
are.
are. Listen,
No.
from a
Okay.
title standpoint,
Uh-huh.
and the concept of what a wife is in America, you're right. They probably ain't. But from a spiritual standpoint,
Okay.
those are his wives. Whether they accept it or not, or whether he accepts it or not,
So
they're connected for life under God.
What's the
Yeah,
woman
you
got?
got
What the
20
woman got?
wives.
What the woman got different baby daddies?
Then guess what? That's it. It is what it is. It's what she. If when the moment the woman has a different father,
Uh-huh.
then she's what you make her to be to you. But y'all create that organization as to what y'all are to each other because she has to make a choice.
All right, so Akon, how do you compartmentalize your women? Like, how are they not being jealous when you've made children with other women and they're trying to figure out their position?
Rich.
Nah. I mean, people can use rich as an excuse, but when I was broke, and it was the same.
Wow.
The problem, this is the thing. You can't escape jealousy. None of us are immune from jealousy. We're human. I mean, you're going to go through that, right?
Yeah.
So the problem is, though, the way the concept of relationships are, you could say, described, and those negotiations among people and what they, what y'all agree to be able to do and not do, it's just not realistic.
Right.
Especially when you compare it to nature. See, like we created all these rules in society without putting nature into account.
Okay.
Right? So prime example, let me give you an example, right? Men, we're natural breeders by nature. We're gonna mate, we're gonna spread our seeds. This is who we are. This is why you can put 1,000 guys on one corner and you let one bad chick walk past, and you're gonna see 1,000 heads go like this. Damn. We don't even know why we're doing it. It's just an instinct. And the worst thing is to be walking with your girl on the sidewalk holding hands, and a bad chick walk past, and she like, boy, you better not look. And then you like, you trying so hard not to look, but it's killing you not to look, and you don't know why that feeling is there because that's your natural instinct.
Right.
Like, that's just what it is, right? Now, women, on the other hand, women are natural. They're mothers, right? They got the emotions that come with it. They got all these things going on. It's like they're full of love, just they're very protective. This is like any other species on Earth. Like, this is like any other species. The difference with human species, we're just a little bit too smart for our own good. we want to recreate society. We want to recreate nature. We want to define what life is. Yeah. But then we create and put ourselves in these boxes and rules that we ourselves can never even deliver on. Right? So let's say we compare ourselves to any other species. Let's say a lion in the jungle, for instance. Okay, cool. You go in the lion jungle, you see the king of the jungle. He's a lion. He got a whole bunch of female lions around him, right?
Yes.
His only job is to protect that territory. Make sure that the kids and all the female lions are not in danger. That's his job. Sit right there and just look out. The female lions go out into the woods. They hunt, bring the food back, feed the kids, and he just makes sure that everything's copacetic.
And he smashed it.
And peace. Yeah. Right. Now, let's say hypothetically that male lion went off into the jungle, smashed something else, and came back to just sit. You think when he get back, them female lions are gonna attack him?
No.
It don't even sound right.
It don't sound right.
It don't even sound right because this is nature. But women of human nature haven't really accepted the fact that men are who we are by nature. There's no coincidence that every single woman in the universe that's heterosexual or has a significant other, if they have a problem with a man, 99.9% is over another woman. There ain't no coincidence. Like, this is global.
Or money.
So, no, but this is even in the broke neighborhoods.
Okay.
Like, every couple goes through that. So, how at this point we still haven't realized that this is a part of, our life that we just have to learn to accept that this is what it is and then build from there. Like, every relationship that I normally see is always built around sex. How you gonna build a real relationship around sex? Sex ain't hard to get no more.
Right.
Wait,
is it hard to get no more? No.
The sex could be
Right.
Never really been hard to get, but it's easier.
But so how you put way more, but how do you put more value in the sex than you do in the relationship? Like, you can meet a woman that's with a guy that's probably the best man for her, right? This first dude that she see before she go to sleep, first man she think about when you wake up, he does everything for you, you ain't never needing for nothing, he's always there for you when you need him.
Right.
The only problem is he got other women. And you're willing to dump him because he has sex with another woman? And then you're going to get with another dude that's going to put you through the same stuff, so the concept continues to recycle.
Perpetuated.
Because why? Because we're all the same? Like, think about it. What's the value? And what's the work?
I think sex is it has an instant return.
Right.
See, we all talk about what we put into a relationship.
Right.
The investment, the time, the thought process, my heart, my love, and what do you get out?
Right.
Sex is the only the only part of the relationship that gives you an instant return, instant gratification, because the morals that the relationship is supposed to be built on and the yields that's supposed to come from that, it takes time for it to manifest before you to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now,
So-
you're speaking from a man's standpoint.
Well, no.
How the lion do
No,
it?
no.
No, I'm just saying what the
It's
concept,
male.
the concept of the way. No, I'm just
Yeah.
with women and men. I think because you got some women who are caught up in the sexual basis of the relationship too.
But they've been driven to that, bro. Let me
They've
explain
been
something.
driven to that, yes, because of the way
I'm
we
trying
just
to
talked
help
about.
you.
Let
It.
Akon talk.
Yeah,
He
man.
did.
I was about to. I was just trying to
Love
finish.
y'all,
I was just
Akon.
finishing
Love
mine. So
y'all,
also,
Akon.
Get your therapy.
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
promise you, when I'm done, your life will be a lot easier.
Mhm.
When it comes to sex, it's an instant gratification for men
Right.
because we are physical. But for women, they don't have to have sex to be gratified. Sex,
Right.
they're not driven by sex.
That's true.
It's more mental for them.
right.
Right.
They gotta love you. They have to have some kind of emotion for you to even go there.
Come on.
Now, if they're in a position where they out there now, all over the place with different guys, it's because they've been driven to it. A woman ain't born that way.
Right.
They're driven there. Like women can when they love a man, they with you. I mean, to the end.
Yes.
As long as they know that you're gonna get that same thing back to them.
Yes.
But if they feel like the loyalty ain't there no more, you got more like you putting more into another woman, and they don't mind you putting anything to another woman. Just make sure you reciprocate that back to her too. They got to be equal. Like I can't do one for this one and don't do it for the other one.
Right.
They all got to be treated equal. Women can take more than you know, bro. Like mentally, the thing is, niggas just be lying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Guys lie too much. They come off like you start the conversation with a lie
But why do you think men lie?
because they do it to protect their feelings. We thinking we're doing the right thing.
The truth
But
shall set
naturality
you free.
is digging a hole for us. In the
I feel like they do it because they're selfish.
Nah, they do it because they care.
Because
I
know it sounds-
I don't think
Shot.
so because
Listen,
you can
Shot,
choose.
listen,
Okay.
I know it sounds crazy,
It
right?
does.
But I promise you, everything a man does is to make the woman happy. We're givers.
Okay.
By nature, we're givers, and women are receivers. This is by nature. So when we do it, it's because we want you to be in a good place. We want you to be happy. We want your day to be good, and we don't want to ever deliver you bad news. Because once a woman's day is messed up, the whole day is messed up, and we know this.
Oh my God.
So guess what? We're gonna do as much as we can
Yeah.
not to mess that up.
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't think, okay, what if she realizes a lie? So the mess up is coming regardless. The question is, do I want to deal with it now or deal with it later? And we
'Cause
always
see-
choose to deal with it later.
Because guess what? That's one of the problems I've had in my lifetime.
Right.
You tell the lie or you fabricate. Okay.
Right.
You embellish the truth a little
Right.
to protect her feelings
Right.
until she finds out. And you've done way much more damage doing it
Exactly.
that way because now she don't want to trust anything you say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now here's the interesting part. You do the flip side. You tell her the truth. You hurt her feelings. She's still gonna give you that same hell,
But she don't
but
trust
she gonna trust you in the long
She'll
run.
respect you more,
She'll
too.
respect you more.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Women
the
can
whole
get over it once they know what it is.
It's men that can't get. It's men who can't take the truth.
Definitely. That's why I don't cheat. I don't cheat because I can't take getting cheated on. My first girlfriend cheated on me and it damaged me.
Yeah, it will damage.
It damaged me, and I looked at women a certain way,
Right.
and it made how I reacted to women was different.
Right.
And so first I had to come back and know who I was as a person. I went celibate. I came out of a 7-year toxic relationship, and I may have been the author. And so then I pulled back and I said, man, let me get myself together. And I went celibate and I increased my work habit. I
Do
woke
you
up-
have Akon phone number? Because you can call him later about this.
You know what, Shane?
Let's talk about his new single. Because y'all is
Cause
laying
y'all
on the
might
couch
enjoy
right
that.
now.
You might enjoy that.
Akon might have a
good
show
therapy.
dedicated
That
to
was-
giving you guys
that was
advice
good therapy
about
for Jock.
relationships. I don't
No, but
know.
Shot, you know what's interesting though?
Mhm.
Oh, you thought?
Okay.
Just go.
Let's wrap it up and then do a reopener.
Okay.
Okay.
So wait, hey, Cub, before you even hit him with that, before you come with that, because I heard Miss Shanique about to ask you another question, man. Listen, y'all, we got to talk about what we got coming up, man. We're going to be paying some bills, and I'm talking about some scholarships, man. We got like $15,000 for 8 different people. That's some HBCUs.
Yes.
Brought to you by Chevrolet. We also got some more money for you, man. Are you smarter than Young Jock? So make sure you stick around for more Young Jock in the Streets Morning Takeover.
Come back in.
Yeah, we back at it now. In the building with us if you just tuning in. Young Jock in the Streets Morning Takeover. Akon is still in the building with us, and Miss Shanika has a question for him because Shawty been asking some real personal questions. And it's good. As good as the interview is, we know this brother here, we talking about a multi 0.0000000
Yeah. Come on.
decimal, come in. This guy got some money, so we know you got other things to do. So Miss Shanika, what would you buy to essay cut?
Well, I am excited about your new music that you have coming out. Of course, I heard the new single. Cannot wait to play it on the air for the people. Can you introduce your new single and tell us what was your inspiration behind Enjoy?
No, absolutely. This is the new record is called Enjoy That. And I realized in the business, my first go round in the music business, it was about the business.
Wow.
And I didn't even realize as much as I was working, I didn't even enjoy none of it. Like, I was constantly on the grind. So I said, I got to revisit that. And this time, it's going to be all about just having fun. So this record's like, well, have a life like mine if you can't take the time to enjoy it.
I know that's
Yikes.
right.
Yes.
And this the new single right here?
That's it right here.
Okay. Okay then. Big okay thens on top of that right there. That's the new Akon, Enjoy That.
Yes,
Yes.
man.
Now, Miss Shanika, we was having a conversation a few days ago, actually, and the news had come out, Akon, that the Grammys are now going to have a category for Afrobeat.
Right.
And I thought that was really, I was like, okay, maybe they're hearing us and they seeing what's going on because the influence is so real and the powers in numbers. What are your thoughts on that? Because now more than ever, we're really hearing a super explosion of Afro beats. I'm talking about it's trappers in here, trappers in the club singing Afrobeat music.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing. What's your thoughts on this, man?
Man, that was always the dream. You know, when I left Atlanta in 2010 to go to South Africa, that was my first stop after South African World Cup was Nigeria. And that's when we start literally building the whole Afrobeat scene because it was local music. And then I had signed Wizkid when he was only 14.
Wow.
You know, and then from there we had, a group called P Square, which is two twins. And then we just moved into more artists, and we just, before you know it developed into something. I was out in the States just shopping acts, trying to get this thing going. At the time, the labels thought it was reggae music.
Wow.
You couldn't tell the difference between the two.
Yes.
But then once it popped in the UK, and now that it got in the States, because once the US validates something, it's over.
Yeah.
And it's just been, it's been a fight for the last 10 years, though.
I love it. I saw the girl on TikTok and she be like, don't call my ex-boyfriend. What is it? What's the song? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Which song?
She be like, she be like, can I come in and freestyle? And then she started rapping about her. It's a beautiful song. And she does it, but it just shows, like, I was turned on to a lot of the Afro beats and a lot of African artists through TikTok because they come on TikTok, they get big numbers, and then you see, and it's really a beautiful thing. So, do you get a success of a lot of African artists now to TikTok and the platform that's been created?
Oh yeah, I mean, YouTube was the driver though.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube drove, and it gave everybody the information that they needed about African music, the African culture, certain parts of Africa people didn't know existed. So once social media boomed in, and then now you got these platforms that even allow people locally to start posting and doing certain things with it,
Yes.
it changed the game. You start giving people the information. So now no longer the same narrative of Africa on, National Geographic and all these
Right.
Come on.
the negative stuff. You don't see it no more. Now you're seeing the real Africa now. And you're seeing both the good and the bad. So at least now you get an idea what it is.
And I was going to ask you about that. Like now the status is a rich African man. Like especially in Atlanta. Like that is the status quo.
Yeah.
Do you?
It is.
And I just see more of these, celebrity, these social media influencers.
Right.
Like I gotta bag one of those guys. It used to be the athlete or
Right.
the plain rapper, but now it's like the African businessman.
Right.
How does that feel? Just watching things evolve.
I love it because I've always been the African.
You been popping.
It felt good.
No. You know what? I'm gonna say this. Been around a long time, and you just made a good point because I done seen this man, and I was like, it's funny. Okay. Our assistant producer, Bunny, we just had a conversation maybe 2 days ago,
Right.
and she was like, Jock, your outfit is giving zaddy, but you need to figure out the
Zaddy?
African zaddy. I was like, African zaddy. She's like, yeah, because that's what we want now. We want an African zaddy. Every woman has to have an African zaddy. And I looked at her like, what the hell? And then I thought about it.
This is
So-
real news.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's like it's real.
no, it was on
Yeah.
TikTok.
I
It was
remember,
just
remember
yesterday.
back when
I didn't see it.
I remember back when it was almost, like Africans was embarrassed to say that they was African.
Yeah.
I remember that. But I'm
Yeah.
like, bro,
Yeah,
let's
nah,
see
it's
where you
different
from.
now.
Yeah. Now it's different because the wave is in.
Yeah.
And it was about opening up the opportunity for people to see what Africa really is. Because, I mean, everywhere you go, you're going to have poor and struggling side, and you're going to have the
Yeah.
rich and prosperous side.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, listen, while we got this opportunity, let's focus on the rich and prosperous side. Let's show them that there is a middle class, there is rich Africans out there. Let's put it in our videos. Like let's take the play out of the US playbook and let's promote our country. Let make it believe, or if anything, make people believe it's the best country in the world.
Yes.
Even though it is, it really is though. That's the difference.
Oh, my cousin went 20-some years ago, never came back. His, he did. He went to Johannesburg, never came back. His daughter over here, she worked at the Capitol with the Georgia State. He married a beautiful African wife, and as soon as he came out to Tuskegee, he went over there. He's a radio personality, a model. He took the play from the United States.
Yeah.
It went to Africa and affected it, and it's been working all these years later, man. So, but with the whole African businessman craze, y'all gotta blame and thank Portia Williams. But when she did Simon,
No, it's been
She
going
did it.
on before.
Man, that's so late.
Exactly.
What?
You
What's
don't
so
even know
late?
how many Africans she
Portia
had to
Simon.
go through to get one to
You
want
have
to
no
marry her.
idea.
No, that.
I'm just saying, you
on
don't
a, but
know.
on a, but on a, but
But to
on
your
a
credit,
grand scale.
But to your credit,
Not- no.
right? To your credit,
Mhm.
depending on the audience that's
Mhm.
watching and the platforms they watching it on.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Like, okay, the fact that it made a reality TV show
Mm-hmm.
made it commercial and real
Exactly.
to African Americans in Atlanta.
Mhm.
Right.
Right.
That
Exactly.
couple, right? And that's why I said to your credit.
Yeah.
But I promise you, it's been going on way before.
Yeah, since the 80s.
Yeah, I
Coming
probably
to
seen-
America.
My mama dated an African.
My mama
Shola.
did too.
My mama dated an African in
Prince
the 80s.
Hakeem came to
My mama
America
was- my mama-
and picked
let me
his
tell you something.
princess.
My mama dated an African when
It's
I was
been
young.
popping.
His name was Shola. His
My mama-
dad
my
name
dad-
was
mama-
Dola, and he used to cook me fufu with barbecue sauce. So I've been affluent with the African. I told you my cousin
Dola
went
and
over there. Shola and Dola, yeah, they was cool as hell, and they was
So
from
my
Nigeria.
mama used to date this big head African named
Y'all,
Philip.
they gonna look at jumped on at the club.
Damn, listen, Philip been having a strong ass cologne. He was always looking mean. He was really good at busting down the chin neck.
Boy, that wasn't the only thing he was busting down.
Doc, close your eyes. Don't
Mama.
picture that. Don't picture that.
Mama.
Drink your coffee.
Mama.
Drink some coffee.
Say don't put your hands on the woman. Mama.
You crossed that line,
She
Shawnee.
just tried you.
What he said? What you doing, Shawnee? Jesus. Oh, Lord. Woo.
That right there,
Oh, my
that's got, hey, that right there gonna be all
Jesus,
over
my hair
social
on back.
media.
My hair is standing up.
Okay, so one more question. So we're talking about that African man in America, you know, meeting, marrying, dating these American women.
Right.
When they take these women back home, what is the treatment? Because
Oh, listen, let's be very clear. The concept and idea of men in Africa is totally different from concept and mindset of African American men.
okay,
We don't think the same.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
Hold
All
on.
women-
So what you said?
Come
now?
on. Give it
No,
to him.
I want the women to be prepared.
Okay.
You're not going to be the only one.
okay,
That American dream don't work in Africa. You're dealing with real kings that, like,
Princes.
real, like we are the man of our household.
Okay.
Our word is what it is, and we have the last say. You support the man,
Did you hear that?
and we make sure that your life is comfortable and never ever want for nothing. You let us do our part, and we allow you to do your part.
But did you hear that?
I'm listening.
No, but that's
I'm a
good.
listener.
No,
Because
that,
it's a-
that wasn't you wasn't.
My husband
But it-
stays in America, honey.
Mm.
My husband stays in America.
Well, I was trying to send Jasmine to Africa before we get married so they can get her
Right.
a
Because
crash
I
course.
just want them to understand that the rules to an African man in a relationship in America don't apply to us. We don't see it that way.
Okay.
We just understand what our role is, and we're expecting our woman to understand hers.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
So can we talk about some new artists that you have on convict culture?
Right.
Okay.
So right now, I signed my son His name was
Okay.
Javo, and listen, this kid,
That's a
he's
nice
just different.
name.
Like, and I can't be the one to like promote him because I'm gonna be biased, obviously, because he's my son. So
No, yes, you can.
no,
Yeah, you
listen,
can.
this kid is different. Like, I thought I was dope. No, that's
Wow.
Wow.
you know when you jealous of your own son.
You gotta live through him.
I'm like, man, how he get that voice, guy? Like, my voice is already different, and it did some
Yeah.
things globally.
Yeah.
But I always said to myself, I wish I had his.
Ooh.
Wow.
He's on a different level.
Wow.
And then I signed Amira. She's the first lady that I ever signed
Amira?
as an artist.
Amira who?
Amira Porte.
Okay.
But it's spelled like a mirror.
Oh,
And
Amira.
she's one of my significant others as well.
Okay.
Mm.
But she's going
Man, I
Well,
don't
she's
think
one of your
I
significant
ever-
others.
to change the game. She's gonna
I
change the game.
don't think I ever seen a man say this one of my
Significant
chicks
other.
with the straightest
No,
face
he
up.
didn't say
No, he's
chicks. He
serious.
said one of his significant others. He introduced her
I
properly.
understand what you're saying because that's on that side of the things, but right here in America, where they don't understand that, that's what he's saying. But on his side, he's saying a significant other. I love the respect that come with that,
Mhm.
Yes.
the respectful tag that come with it. But I'm saying that's what you're saying, right?
Right.
Okay.
Women, you gotta see Akon tell you this stuff. I know it's coming over the air and you're not seeing his face, but he is very serious in talking. Like he's like, it's I believe
It's his
it.
life and his
I believe
culture.
it. Shanika is
Yeah,
about
it's a culture. That's all
yes,
it is.
and I like it because that don't mean you have to cheat, but it just I like the man being able to have the last say so and not be rebutted. You know what I mean?
But listen, everybody has a responsibility. My job is to
Mhm.
protect, right?
Yes,
So who has the last word if I'm protecting you?
exactly.
It's me. Her
That's
job.
who.
Right. It's at the end of the day.
And I don't have a
If
problem
it
in my
has
house.
anything to do with me being healthy, stressless, and being able to operate, she said, "Khan, don't do that." I'm not gonna do it. It's that simple.
So,
Respect.
Akon, do you have like another platform or something that you're working on to be able to speak to the people as you're doing? Because I seen you in a couple of interview clips
Right.
recently, and I mean, you speak great. You have a lot of
Mhm.
knowledge. Is there
Yes.
something that is in the works for you?
Outside of just basic interviews, no, I just think it takes up a lot of time.
Uh-huh.
That's for one. But more than anything, because of the life I'm already in as an entertainer, I'm already always in front of a mic, so I don't necessarily have to be posted in one particular place.
Oh.
And then I'm always traveling, so I'm getting information from different cultures, and I'm just sharing it. So I prefer to be the sharer.
So you're not a colonizer, you're a pollinizer.
There you go. I'm a colonizer.
Yeah.
All right. So, would you be interested in like developing a social media platform?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay.
It's just hard, like, cause my generation, man, like artists, we were more private.
Okay.
Like, we wouldn't be seen as much out there, like we didn't expose our private life too much because it takes away the stardom. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
it really does. The
When they
moment
find
the
out you're
artists
married.
believe that they got the same problems as you got,
Right.
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It kind of changes
Wow.
the dynamic a little bit. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
we always have that habit of really keeping our private life as private as possible, and then whatever leaked out, you talk about it, right? That's how I am even till the day. So everybody pushing, man. You got to get on social media. You got to do more. You got to do more. I try, but I'm always challenging myself on what to put out there.
What about movies?
Oh, movies? Yeah, I've been producing movies for a long time.
Oh,
I've just been, but that's a business side of things.
yes.
But I am thinking about this. I'm about to do this mini series. It's
Yeah.
called Streetz.
Yes. Well,
So,
remember us.
Oh no,
Remember us.
it's one of those. Like it's
Yes.
one of those. It's called Streetz, but it's like spelled like industry but with streets, because people don't realize the politics that's in the entertainment business.
Oh, I
Oh.
definitely call me because
The
I.
politics in the business itself is more entertaining than
Wow.
the business itself.
It is.
You're right.
So and it all stripped. It all in the series, it all stems literally from the strip club, and then from the strip club out into the like global markets. Like people don't realize that every record I ever made was made for the strip club, all the way down to Mr. Lonely.
Wow.
I tested it in the strip club before I even put it out.
Yeah. So, where's your next trip? Where's Akon headed to next?
Oh, tonight I'm heading off to Egypt.
Can you take us with you?
Egypt is the place to be. Egypt.
Take us, man. We
I
would
know,
we would
man.
go and broadcast. Young Jock in the
Jock
streets
just
wanna
wanna
take
be an
over
animal
live
at
in
this
Egypt.
time.
Yeah.
See, that'd be so
Put him
I
in
dope.
a
can see it. I'm talking about
That would
really
be so
dope.
dope.
Really dope.
You see?
And for,
You
yes. I mean, you
We
really
wanna-
inspire me to broaden myself. You
Man,
said,
just do it.
He brought in here. I work with the Chinese. That stuff you hear Donald Trump say. You know
He
what I mean?
modeled
You hear no black man
what
say,
he
I want to
does
start
after
working with
the
the
shows.
Chinese. That's really motivating, dog.
Well, but
like,
it's interesting because that conversation spawned another conversation talking about my pops. Yeah, my whole life he's been split in between these two cultures from Asians and Africans.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful thing, man.
I do have another question with your son. Being your newest artist, are you teaching him both sides, or are you letting? Okay.
Believe me, he's
Okay.
like when I say I'm jealous of him because he's me on steroids. And,
Oh, wow.
And the craziest part is he get all of the latest developments of today that he got to his disposal. Like we had to grind it from date. Like you already know, we had
You
to
was
go
on
literally from.
MySpace.
That's why I'm at the station.
You was on MySpace.
Yes.
This is old habits.
Yes.
But I know at the end of the day you can't change. No, I don't care how or who you are. If you don't put in the work, success ain't coming.
No.
And there's certain parts you just can't skip. I don't care how technology evolves. There's certain parts you can't skip because you got to be sitting in front of people. They got to see your face. They got to read you.
We're gonna let you go, Akon, but I gotta ask you this question really quickly. If you could just sum it up for us. I don't know if you saw me having issues with my son, Amani, my oldest son. T.I. seeming to have some issues maybe with King, but his other son, Damani, was recently here. And he's following in the footsteps of his father as well, as far as being an entertainer, making music, being creative. And I just want to know, because I'm hearing you talk about your son, you praising him, giving him his flowers and all that, but you different people. That's just the truth in it. Has there been any challenges, like, because he is great, as you're just speaking it into existence, what are the challenges you've dealt with? Because sometimes, as much as you love him, the son is not going to always listen to you. The son is not going to always take your advice. He's not going to always see it the way you see it. What has that been like for you?
No, you know what's interesting, because as I was raising my boys, I knew how it was with me. My dad was a musician. He was a jazz musician.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was a jazz musician,
it.
and that's why I hate jazz. I had to be around it all day, every day, listen to it all the time.
Wasn't ready for
So
that.
what I didn't want to put my kids through that, right? Because I'm a percussionist. I love percussion because my dad's an actual drummer. But the jazz that he had to play with, I couldn't stand the music. Now, I didn't really like it. So when I was coming up, I didn't want to be that dad that forced them into music. So I was the one that tried to keep, like, I told them they couldn't do music.
Wow.
But I knew that if I told them not to do it, it's going to make them want to do it even more. So he fell right into the plan. So as the further I pushed him away, he would sneak in. But what would happen is when I come home, he see, okay, Dad coming, so they run out the studio. Because they weren't allowed in the studio. But I would leave it open on purpose. Because I know when I left, they'd go in.
Come
Right.
on.
Right? So then I come in, every time they got A's on their thing, I'll buy them a computer. You get A's next semester, I'll get you a drum machine. But you can only use that as an incentive to do something that I needed you to do. To the point where now, I don't have to ask them. I mean, I had no problems from them. They ain't never been to jail. They had never had, I mean, like, when I tell you A's, like A1 kids, I've never had no issues. Never.
Yes.
Right? And when I tell you musically, it's on a different level. So now when I advise them about music, they like this, listening.
Oh, wow.
When I advise them about business, they listening.
Yes.
But there's certain things that the dad can't tell the child. And I know that because you're the father. You see certain things you can't tell them that they be like, man, it's just dad. Because they just look at me like I'm just dad.
Right.
But those are the things now I bring people around them that they admire.